This triple threat matchup is going the way of Wade Barrett at the moment. Boots drew Galloway off the apron, and now gonna bullhammer Big E, no, on his shoulders into the big ending. But look at Galloway, he's back in, another Claymore kick. Remember, all three of these men will be competing in Money in the Bank at WrestleMania. And here in this triple threat oh, wait a minute. Oh, and speaking of Money in the Bank, this man is also going to be in Money in the Bank. The monster among men, Braun Strowman, and this matchup getting thrown out the window right now. Braun Strowman, who's going to be able to stop this guy? You are all looking at the man, the monster, who will destroy anything in his path. He will be Mr. Money in the Bank, Braun Strowman. Well, Strowman is... Oh, wait a minute! But look out! There's Ambrose who got thrown out of commission by Braun a few weeks ago. And now, all four of these men ganging up on the monster. And Dean Ambrose, last week on Metal, got thrown from the ring, nearly into the crowd. And now he is back. And I'm sure he wants to get revenge on Braun Strowman. But Strowman isn't backing down an inch. We continue down this road to WrestleMania, and tonight we are going to have the official contract signing for the World Championship match at WrestleMania here tonight on Metal. Seth Rollins, Shawn Michaels and the World Champion himself Edge will sign the contract for their triple threat match at WrestleMania for the NLW World Championship. And also tonight, huge developments going into WrestleMania, including the situation between the Bullet Club and the Balor Club. At WrestleMania, it is going to be a six-man tag team match. The Bullet Club, consisting of AJ Styles and the Young Bucks, will take on the Balor Club, consisting of Finn Balor, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Finn Balor, of course, turned on the Bullet Club, siding with Gallows and Anderson. And on the Torment Tour, the Balor Club had their first match as a three-man unit, defeating the Lucha Dragons. However, before they could do any more damage, the Bullet Club ran down to make the save. They're going to face off in six-man tag action at WrestleMania. But here tonight on Metal, each team picked one member to go against each other, and that was Carl Anderson going up against the phenomenal AJ Styles. Matt and Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks cheering on AJ, but AJ gets spine busted by Carl Anderson, and there's a senton, dropping all of his weight across the chest of Styles. And there's Balor, who turned his back on Styles and the Bucks a few weeks ago. On his shoulders, lands for the TKO, but AJ counters into a Pele kick. Got knocked in the back of the head, did Carl. And now Carl Anderson on the back foot as AJ, with a series of shots, gets whipped into the corner. The moonsault and a slick transition into the neckbreaker. Can AJ, who is a former NLW World Champion, can he get back into this match? Is he going to go for that phenomenal forearm? Dumps underneath it though, and instead gets caught out with a single leg drop kick. A boot right in the mush, and AJ staggering to his feet. Carl Anderson on the second rope, going for that diving neckbreaker, but got caught with a drop kick in midair. And Styles sets him up for the Styles Clash.
2, 3.
And AJ Styles picks up the victory over Carl Anderson. And it's Bullet Club 1, Balor Club nothing at the moment. Styles with the victory. The Bucks celebrate with him, and you can see Luke Gallows isn't happy. And neither's Finn Balor. An impressive victory over the Lucha Dragons this past week for Balor, but AJ and the Bucks victorious tonight. Kamisha, I know you saw what happened on the Tournament Tour. If it wasn't for Paige interfering in my match, you know I would be the #1 contender at WrestleMania. So tonight, I want a women's title match. I don't want Paige interfering. I don't want any excuses. I want a women's title match against Lita tonight. And to make sure that Paige doesn't interfere, I want security backing me up tonight. Can you get it done?
I'm sorry, Emma. I've got a lot on my plate tonight. Screw it. Yeah, you can have the match. You can have the women's title match. You versus Lita tonight. And you know what? I've got 2 people. They'll help you. They'll make sure that Paige does not interfere, okay? But for now, I really have to get out of here. I'm sorry.
The crowd on their feet as they get ready to welcome the brand new Intercontinental Champion, the King of Bada Bing, DDP, Diamond, Dallas, Page. And it was Tyson Kidd who felt the bang in the tournament final to crown a champion. What has DDP got to say?
Yo, on the Torment Tour, Diamond Dallas Page became the Intercontinental Champion. And now, my mind is fast forwarding to the grandest stage of them all. I will defend this belt against all comers because I beat 3 guys to win this belt. One of those guys I considered a friend. And although we've had our differences, and I'm talking about Cody Rhodes, I want him to know I hold no ill feeling towards him. Consider this a clean slate. So to anybody back there who thinks they've got a shot at taking this belt from me, I just got one thing to say. I don't think so. Step up to the new Intercontinental Champion and feel the bang!
Oh, what's this now? Well, it looks like we're going to be joined by Cody Rhodes, and I don't like the sounds of this. After all, Cody Rhodes and DDP have not exactly seen eye to eye as of late. DDP with a few mistakes on Cody, and Cody has not taken it lightly. But I don't like the looks of this right now. Cody and DDP face to face. DDP asking Cody, why are you out here? Oh, and he's outstretching the hand, and well, Cody lost in the semi-finals to DDP in the tournament to crown a champion. And well, I guess they can bury the hatchet. And I'm glad we're seeing this. This is true sportsmanship from Cody, at least.
Bravo! I'm sure that everybody here is very happy at you 2 kissing and making up. Big deal. I don't care that you're friends again. You 2, especially you, Dallas, need to face the facts and admit that if it wasn't for that one diamond cutter, I would be stood here as the Intercontinental Champion. I dominated that matchup on the Torment Tour. And Paige, you were better than me for 3 seconds. And if you are the fighting champion that you claim to be, you will put that title on the line against me in a rematch at WrestleMania. Oh, hold on, Tyson. You can't just interrupt this man's celebration. He has earned this title match and he deserves the praise. So don't be so disrespectful as to interrupt this moment. And besides, you're not first in line to challenge for the Intercontinental Championship, because I am.
Oh, what the hell? Oh, Crossroads! Bury the hatchet, my ass. Cody had no intention of forgiving DDP. He just wanted to get up close so he could stab him in the back. Cody is still jealous of DDP's success, apparently. He feels he should be the Intercontinental Champion right now, and Cody and Kidd want their title matches.
A dream match for the ages. CM Punk.
I want you gone from my life. I want you gone from this company.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And that's the bottom line, cause Stone Cold said so.
One epic battle.
I'm gonna kick your ass, tear you apart, and leave your carcass in the center of the ring like the sorry son of a you are. I will kick your teeth in, and then it's bye-bye Commish 316.
WrestleMania 3 Live.
Kurt Angle will face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and now he's taken on the man who brought Reigns to NLW in the first place. And there's a German suplex from Angle to Arn Anderson, the Enforcer. We know that Reigns and Flair are not ringside. It is Arn who requested that he do this alone, and now stomping away at Angle. Gonna pick him up and then drops him down with a vertical suplex. Anderson is one of the all-time greats, and Angle has a tough task ahead of him. Oh, but he went for the stomp, and look at Angle. He caught the foot. Hold on, and now is he gonna make Arn Anderson tap out? Ankle lock applied, but Anderson kicks away, and Arn whips him off the ropes, goes for the spine buster, but got turned around into a belly-to-belly suplex. Arn Anderson having to eat his words again. Oh, another German suplex, this time focusing on the shoulder, and the impact on that canvas has really messed him up. But Angle has a lot of anger towards Roman Reigns, and he's taking it out on his Enforcer, the Angle Slam, and Arn Anderson has been defeated. Kurt Angle gets one more victory on his road to WrestleMania and his road to face Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns? Wherever you are, I want you to look at what I just did. I beat him down and made him squeal, and that's exactly what I will do to you at WrestleMania. And if you think you're gonna come out here and ambush me, I would think again, because I am ready to get you in the ankle lock, make you squeal like I made Arn squeal. It may have been all a giant ruse, but Ric Flair was 100% accurate about what he said about you. Even though he didn't mean it, he was right when he said you're overpushed, overprivileged, and quite frankly, you're overrated. You call yourself the greatest athlete in the world today. You're looking at the greatest athlete in the world today, and his name is Kurt freaking Angle, who won an Olympic gold medal with a broken freaking neck. At WrestleMania, I'll take great pleasure in beating some respect into you. But you know what? I have unfinished business before I tend to you, Roman. So Ric Flair, if you have the guts, the fortitude to fight me, I'll be here next week to face you one-on-one here on Metal. And just like everybody before, I will make you tap out. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Well, Commissioner, it's a week later. Have you got something for us to do? By the way, I heard the Hardys were having an open challenge for a tag title, Apocalypto, whatever the hell that means at WrestleMania. And apparently we still have to get approval from management. So are you going to allow us into that Apocalypto or not? Because I thought the Hardys were opening to any tag team in the world, but apparently we need approval from you. So what do you say?
Look, I'm really panicking right now, guys. Breeze, Miz, you can be in that match if you beat, I don't know, Havoc and Terry Funk, okay?
What? No!
Yeah, sorry, I've got to go. Get out of my sight, please.
There you saw the conversation which took place earlier tonight. So Breeze and Miz have to defeat Terry Funk and Jimmy Havoc if they want to go on to Apocalypto and challenge for the tag titles. They were essentially fighting this match for approval from the Commissioner who, well, they caught him at a bad time, obviously. And credit to Breeze and Miz, they gave it a good go, but the vertebreaker to Tyler Breeze spot at the beginning of the end, the Miz getting hit with a pile driver, and then, to make matters worse, gets decapitated with the acid rainmaker from Jimmy Havoc. Havoc and Funk looking strong heading into Apocalypto. Seems as though Breeze and the Miz aren't going to get the clearance they need from the Commissioner now. And let's let's talk about the Commissioner. He has been on edge all night long, and we have to assume that it's because of the revelation that took place last week. Kevin Owens revealed to the world that he was the one who ran over Triple H all those months ago. We don't know why he did it. The Commissioner was adamant to Kevin Owens last week. Now we know he was trying to make sure that he didn't spill the beans on what had happened. Does the Commissioner have something to do with this? We're going to find out right now because, folks, Kevin Owens is in the ring and he's got a lot of explaining to do.
Here's a little story for all of you. Back in 2016, long before I was signed to a contract here, I was approached by the NLW Commissioner. At the time, he was in a dark place. He had lost his job at WrestleMania 2. His professional and personal lives were falling apart. He came to me with an offer. But at first I said no. After all, he had no power, nothing I wanted. But as he explained to me, his plan to con this company not only into giving him his job back, but also thousands of dollars in settlements. And I was more than interested. He wanted revenge. He wanted to create chaos and confusion. The plan was simple: take out the leader of the resistance that took his livelihood away. I could relate. I have a family to support and the promise of money and a job. I did it because I wanted to care for my loved ones. If anybody threatened that or tried to take that away, I would eliminate them. And I remember it very well. The night in question, episode 43, that was the night I got behind the wheel of that truck and ran down Triple H. Fast forward to a little over a month later, the Commissioner blackmails the company into giving him his job back, as well as earning a sizable amount of cash from a lawsuit. The money, the job I was promised, not one phone call. Not 1 cent did I get from that lying SOB, the Commissioner. And after I ran down Triple H and risked everything for my family, he gives me nothing. Well, the joke's on him, because as we head into 2017, the fans got to vote on who they wanted to get signed to an NLW contract, and they chose me. And this time, the Commissioner couldn't do a damn thing about it. I had the job and the money I was promised, and I called his ass out on live pay-per-view when I arrived, and he didn't even respond. That I made a point about getting in his face and telling him he wasn't to interfere in my business or I would expose his dirty little secret. I will admit that it shocked the hell out of me when he drafted me to metal, but needless to say, he paid up eventually to keep me quiet. And then at the Royal Rumble, the mighty Triple H made his return, but the question was on everybody's minds: who took out the game? CM Punk? Shawn Michaels? Hell, Triple H was turning on his own friends in X-Pac. He didn't know who to trust anymore. And I must admit, seeing you go on a wild goose chase was amusing to me at first, but the Commissioner was becoming agitated. The payments stopped coming in, and so I decided to reveal to the world that it was me, all along. Now, as much as Hunter would like to make this all about him, after all, he won't press charges because his ego wants to deal with me himself. But the truth is, it was never about you, Hunter. I do what I do for the sake of my family. I have them to support, and whatever I need to do in order to give them what they need, I will do whatever it takes. It's nothing personal to me, Triple H. It's just what's, how you say, best for business. I know you've got a lot of anger in your system, so how about I grant you a favor, hell? It's the least I can do after running you down. WrestleMania, Triple H, you and me, I quit match. Because I don't just want to beat you, I want to hear you. After a long, year-long quest to seek the truth, I want to verbally hear you tell me that you give up. And when you do, Hunter, just remember, it's not about you, and it never has been. It's about providing for my family. Maybe an early retirement would be good for you, Hunter, because it's my time now. I can't get in. Come on, come on, come on. Damn it, keys. Damn it, work. Oh, I'm so sorry. And if you know what's best for you, Sting, I suggest you run. You knew I was going to expose you for the fraud that you are.
The Icon Sting.
You've made a grave mistake.
The Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt.
I want to fight you inside hell in a cell.
Locked inside Satan's prison, hell in a cell.
You can fear me.
No Limits Wrestling presents WrestleMania 3 live.
This matchup was made earlier tonight by the commissioner in a hurry, and so we're going to get it right now. It's for the women's title, Lita versus Emma. And part of the reason Emma's getting this match is because Paige attacked Emma, costing her a semi-final match. However, let's not forget that Paige was originally screwed out of a chance at the women's title by Emma in the first place. So swings and roundabouts, you could say. Needless to say, Emma was promised some sort of security for this match to make sure Paige didn't interfere, and what? Oh, come on, not those damn Dudleys. That's a bit excessive, don't you think? And how is Lita going to be able to combat the Dudleys at ringside? Bubba Ray and Diva are now here to make sure that Emma gets a quote-unquote fair fight, but she's getting drop-kicked at the moment, and look at this. Goes right into the arms of Bubba Ray, and they're only meant to keep Paige out, at least that's what their intentions were. But I'm sure Emma's intentions were to make sure that they were using the distraction so that she could get the upper hand in this women's title match. And now, from that distraction, into the tarantula. Stretching out those knees, stretching out that back, Lita is all tied up. Emma now back to her feet, whips Lita off the ropes and comes back with a Hurricane Rana. Emma taken down for the moment. Lita starting to gain momentum, but gets tripped up again. Catapulted into that top turnbuckle, but here comes Emma like a steam train with the Emma sandwich, crushing those ribs in the corner. And again picking off the knee, working on those legs so she can apply the Emma lock, her finisher, later on in this matchup. She's saying she's got until 5, but Lita struggling here. Bubba Ray and Devon have been quite the nuisance, and that's an understatement here at ringside. But now, kicks her away, and from the top rope, the Lita Rana. That Mexican Lucha Libre influence. Bubba Ray and Devon employed by the commissioner to help Emma in this contest. Going for the DDT and hits it. Face first into the canvas, but a kick out by Emma. And what is this now? Devon distracting the referee on the apron. They're only meant to keep Paige out for God's sake. Oh, look at this now. Bubba Ray tripping up Lita, and oh no. The Emma lock not like this. Are we going to have a new women's champion thanks to the Dudley boys? Lita about to tap out, is she? But near the ropes and gets there. Thank goodness, but picks her up. Not again. Oh, that neck breaker. The neck breaker to Emma. Her head ricocheting off the canvas. Lita straight to the top rope and the moonsault.
2, 3.
And Lita hooks the leg and retains the women's championship. Now she can go on to defend that championship against Becky Lynch on NLW this week. And if she wins that, we'll defend it against Sasha Banks at WrestleMania. And the Dudleys in the ring now. What do they want? Oh, come on, let go of her. Let go of her, for God's sake. Oh, and here comes the Hardys. The tag team champions, saving Lita. Hardys and Dudley's going at it. But look out. Here comes Paige. And the rampage. Dropping Emma on her head. Paige is not done with Emma, not by a long shot. And until she gets her revenge, she will continue to attack Emma and make her life a living hell.
I'll be handling the contract signing tonight, Edge, but when are you actually gonna give Joe the title match you promised him?
Jimmy, are you stupid? Of course I'm not giving Joe a title match. He'd kill me. I'm just trying to keep that big dope on side until WrestleMania, and it's not easy. I mean, you saw that big goof lose to Seth Rollins last week, and he was angry at me. Look, I know that you're hosting the contract signing tonight. Just, if Joe does anything or says anything, try and calm him down and direct his anger towards Rollins and Michaels. Remember, Jimmy, you have to do what I say. I'm the champion. I'll just manipulate him until WrestleMania, and then I'll go from there, okay? I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you if you tell anyone. Well, it looks as if Edge didn't even know he was being filmed that time. And he better pray to God that Samoa Joe didn't see that footage, or he's right, he will kill Edge. But still, the contract signing for the world title match at WrestleMania is coming up next. But who can wash over the incredible match card that we've got at WrestleMania? First of all, Money in the Bank ladder match. Adam Cole, Big E, Drew Galloway, Neville, RVD, Wade Barrett and Braun Strowman battling for the briefcase. Bret Hart gave Cesaro some unwanted advice, and now they're going to fight at WrestleMania. Last week, Bret Hart interrupted the interview that Cesaro was giving, and he wants to get his hands on Bret Hart in the worst way. Earlier tonight, we saw Kurt Angle defeat Arn Anderson, the enforcer of Roman Reigns. But Roman Reigns can't hide for long, because he is going to have to face the Olympic gold medalist at WrestleMania. We saw Lita just now defeat Emma to retain her women's championship. On NLW, she defends that title against Becky Lynch. This match could well turn into a triple threat, but at the moment, it is Sasha Banks challenging Lita for the title. A matchup made earlier tonight following the celebration of DDP as the new Intercontinental Champion. Cody Rhodes turned on his former friend, and now he has set his sights, as well as Tyson Kidd, on the Intercontinental title. It's going to be a triple threat match there, but this one, a battle of supernatural beings. Pentagon Jr. and the Phenom himself, The Undertaker. A dream match in the eyes of many. It will happen at WrestleMania. It's Tag Team Apocalypto for the NLW Tag Team Championships. The Dudleys and their evil ways will be in that match, and as we saw, the Hardys will fight to keep their tag team gold. It is the King of Strong Style versus the Beast Incarnate. The pain will be brought to Nakamura, but can Shinsuke Nakamura defeat the Beast at WrestleMania? And of course, a 6-man tag team match from the Metal brand. The Bullet Club versus the Balor Club. Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson and Finn Balor take on AJ Styles and those Young Bucks. And you want to talk about dream matches? Look no further than this one. Daniel Bryan made the challenge. Kenny Omega accepted. Omega was impressive in his first match against Xavier Woods this past week, and he will face Bryan at WrestleMania. And we heard the explanation of Kevin Owens as to why he ran over Triple H all those months ago, but they will finally step into a ring and settle their grudge in an I Quit match. And it will be a match encased within solid steel. Hell in a Cell. Sting versus the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt. We saw what Wyatt did to Kane this past week. What's he going to do to Sting? And it's going to be the contract signing for the triple threat matchup coming up next. It is Seth Rollins, the Royal Rumble winner, Shawn Michaels, the former champion, and the current champion, Edge, battling for the NLW World Championship. CM Punk has said if he defeats Stone Cold Steve Austin, Austin must step down as the NLW commissioner, and this dream match will happen at WrestleMania. Stone Cold Steve Austin steps into the ring for the first time ever against CM Punk. I cannot wait for WrestleMania, but I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the contract signing between Rollins, Michaels and Edge. Let's take you now to ringside, Jimmy Hart with the proceedings for this contract signing.
Gentlemen, the match was made by Stone Cold Steve Austin last week. It is going to be a triple threat match for the NLW World title at WrestleMania. Shawn Michaels, Seth Rollins, and the NLW champion himself, Edge, battling in a triple threat match for the gold. Now, Edge, as the champion, you are to sign the contract first.
Jimmy Hart, if I could say a few words, if I may. When I defeated Shawn Michaels and Seth Rollins in the same night to become
NLW World Champion. Up to that point, that was the greatest moment in my career, and I did it all by myself. But at WrestleMania, what I experienced is going to pale in comparison when on the grandest stage, I can defeat both of you, not just in the same night, but at the same time. And with 280 pounds of solid muscle backing me up, you both know that I can't possibly fail. But guys, I don't want you to go into WrestleMania already giving up. Give it a go. There's no shame in losing to the best, and the best is the Rated R Superstar, your NLW World Champion. Wow, you sound pretty confident. Maybe he's right, Sean. Maybe we have no chance. But can I just remind you of something? Who did I last eliminate in the Royal Rumble to get the shot against you at WrestleMania? Oh, I remember now. It was you, Edge. I entered that match at number 1, lasted an hour, and then you, fresh as a daisy, got thrown over the top rope. You landed on your ass, and I went to WrestleMania. And unlike what you've done so many times before, I am not gonna let this opportunity slip through my fingers. I've beaten you over and over again, and Sean, with all due respect, I will beat you without hesitation, because I am destined to become champion at WrestleMania. Well, that's nice settlement, Seth Rollins, but I don't know if you're using the term with all due respect in the right way. After all, if you had respect for me, you would have prevented me from getting a concerto by those two jackasses. Except you didn't. I wanted you fresh for WrestleMania because I knew I was going to be the world champion heading into WrestleMania, and it was going to be Shawn Michaels versus Seth Rollins. Except plans changed, because when I saved you from a concerto, you didn't return the favor from me. Instead, you thought you were trying to help, but all you did was cost me a world title match against the Rated R jackass over there. So don't give me any crap about having respect for me. You can save it, because at WrestleMania, I will live up to my nickname of the Showstopper, the Heartbreak Kid, and you're gonna be the one at the end of Heartbreak. I admire your courage in winning the Royal Rumble from number 1. But at WrestleMania, you and Edge are gonna be feasting on nothing but sweet chin music, and I will become the only 3-time NLW World Champion in this company's history. And that is a fact.
Well, the time for talking will be over. Come WrestleMania, Shawn Michaels signs the contract, and now the triple threat match is official. Rollins and Michaels are at each other's throats, but is Edge going to take advantage of that when they face off at the title at WrestleMania?
Don't think I've forgotten about you. Edge, can I just ask you something? When am I gonna get the world title match that I was promised? Hey, you know what? Don't answer that. I know I'm never gonna get it. And I knew that even before I saw you badmouth me to Jimmy Hart. Your big mouth just got you in a hell of a lot of trouble. But don't worry, because that's not what changed my mind. I knew you weren't going to give me a world title match, and you thought you were manipulating me? I was getting close to you. You see, before the commissioner got taken out, I went up to him, and he seemed in quite of a hurry, and he was agreeing to everything. His mind wasn't in the right place. So Edge, as your protector, I've made sure that there will be no triple threat match at WrestleMania. Because, Edge, it's now a fatal 4-way Rollins, Michaels, you and me. And at WrestleMania, Edge, you're gonna find out that this big dope is gonna be the one to take that title from you.
Oh my! Muscle Buster! Through the table! He has had enough of Edge and his empty promises. He has got what he wanted, and he needs Edge no longer. He signs the contract, and it ain't a triple threat anymore. It's a fatal 4-way match. Edge has another challenger, and this one may be the one to take his title from him. Edge just got a reality check from the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.